Having you? Welcome to a miserable, cold, grey, shitty black country today. It's racked off. I ain't joking. This weather, I don't know what's going on with it. Go back 2 years ago when we had COVID. Yeah, it was burning hot for it. Burning. Look at it now, it's crap. Can't even get a spawn on. I've put the covers on there. Racked off. Around about 12 degrees. These, I've just put some Flukes Half Plus in here again. So these have got flukes as well as the big ones. So it's like it's the year for flukes, I think. The small ones are nice. They ain't cracking. And over there. They ain't cracking. I mean, I've got the top up again, but that top, that down top where I built, bang on. Really does the job. Daphnia. There's a couple of little fry in there. I got them out yesterday and I had them in a blue tub. Should have showed you really, but they're growing. They really am. They're around about inch, knocking on an inch now. Little fat things they are. I had 3 of them out today, and yeah, they look good. They look good. So I've got a bit of cleaning up to do because, as I said, we're going away. I'm hoping to get round to meet Martin at Devon Koi Pond. That's where we're heading. Show you that as well. I think I mentioned that before. The white one there. And that is. I'll show it you actually. Oh, do it all off the front camera because my back camera's washed out, white, shit. I'm doing some swearing this morning now. That there is a bay of Jap matting. It's an Evolve, if I can get it. Evolve 4000 filter, and there's 2 cartridges. Forgive the camera work, I'm on the front camera. There's 2 cartridges of there. 2 cartridges of Jap matting with an air pipe in the middle, and that there will be my very last bay on the new filter system. Thanks to the guy for dropping it off. Can't remember your name, but he drove all the way from, I don't know, Bradford I think he was. Drove all the way down, stuck it in the back of his Corsa. He brought it here. What a bloke. Oh, them little fry in there, you can't see much on them. You don't see very often. Because the sun was out yesterday, I was looking at them and see the fish, and I thought, well, I'll grab the fish. So I got the net, and we had to go. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to spin you around. Go. That's the wrong road, eh? I'm going to spin you around. We'll have a look around. There ain't a lot to update. I've got to do some work to get the Nexus out, but that ain't going to happen yet. But I'll spin you around. I'll show you a couple of bits what I've done, and struggling for content, to be honest. Catch you in a sec. Right, so first of all, I have spun you around now. You're on the front camera of my phone. I've got to forgive or apologise for the washed outness on this front camera. I was told last night that it can be done, it can be repaired. The phone's got to come apart to get it done. So I might end up getting that done, or I'll probably just get a new phone, if I'm honest. Or even change the camera. I might go onto the little camcorder, but I know that used to get washed out with a lot of sun. You probably see just about. Stuck a lily in there with the little ones. What for? Just because. Just because. Fancy the lily. It's a nice pinky, reddy flower that is. So that's in there just to, well, just I don't know. Just because, as I said. I'm liking it anyway. I'm chewing the balls off it at the minute. But yeah. So as I was saying about these Daphnia. There's some fry in here. Normally I can see the little white and knocking about, but I had him in the bowl yesterday. I wish I had documented it, but I don't think I did. I don't think I even did a video on it. But yeah, they am in there. Daphnia's heaving, absolutely heaving. Right then, still struggling by with this bloody foot as well. As I said, these are now being treated for fluke. I've just had a water change. Pod's just been done. Also, the big pond is well, coming to the end of the treatment of fluid, but it's like I said, the bloody temperatures have dropped off again, ain't they? They've proper dropped off. I mean, look at this now. The problems I'll get in this pond. My little chocolate chagoy. These are going to end up going in the cut, if I'm honest, because I have made the decision basically to rebuild the pond. All the wheels will be in motion and it'll be rebuilt over the winter, so I should keep the best of the fish and the rest will go into the nature reserve pool, just to give them a chance. Nobody knows that yet, but that's what I'm giving. So what's basically, just to tell you the plans, what I'm going to do. Right, across the middle of the pond, from around about there, across there, up to where the curve is, just over here, there's going to be a bowed wall there, basically where that line of air bubbles on. There's going to be a bowed wall over there, okay? That's then going to be the size of the pond, so I'm looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, about 9 foot by 12. That's going to be the size of my pond, so I'm halving the pond down, so I'm going from 4,000 gallon to around about 2. New bottom drain, so that drain was in at the minute will be redundant and took out. Well, we took out, it'll be left there. New bottom drain, so I'm building a block wall across the middle of the pond there. Nice bow. At the back of it, I'm going to leave a 2 foot gap and then build a straight wall. Okay, so that 2 foot gap in between the bowed wall and the straight wall is going to be basically just a planted bed. A couple of acers, a nice feature in the middle. I'm thinking, I don't know if you've seen them, but around the garden centres, they've got these white resin statues and stuff, and there's nice pagodas and stuff. So I might smack one of them in the middle, uplight it with a couple of acers, and that's it. That's all that's going in there. Somewhat what I am going to mess with and leave it alone. Then at the back of the straight wall, I hope this is all making sense, but at the back of the straight wall then will be my filters. The pit will be filled in. All the shit what comes out of here will be chucked in the pit, and then I'll probably end up having a load of scalpings and that to fill the pit in. That then at the top will all be levelled off, and then I shall have somebody in to slab all the way around the pond, re-slab it. So these crappy cobblestone slabs, which I've never liked, but they was cheap, they can go. They'll all have to be ripped up. The shed may have to be moved. I'm thinking of where the filter house is now, because that'll be gone, is to have a shed across that there, which is going to be behind my filter bay, which is going to be tucked away behind the acers, because I'm hoping to get the acers around about 4 or 5 foot tall, in the raised bed across here. Nice pagoda in the middle, so that'll then hide where the filter bay is, which ain't going to be like it is now, but I can still walk in. I'll probably have to lift the lid and walk it, and then the pit will be gone. Pit will all be filled in. That'll then give me an option then to have probably a bigger shed, around about a 10 by 8 shed at the back, just to put my shit in, which I do. And then I've got obviously a little plastic shed what's got to go up here as well, so that can go up the side of it. So, and then re-slabbed. The outside of the pond, because I built this 20 odd years ago, is, well, we called it Yorkstone, or I called it Yorkstone, and that's how it was sold as. York Buff, I think it was, Buffstone, whatever. Depending on how things go, I'm hoping to get a window in here, quite a big window, around about, well, I'm looking at around about 4 to 5 foot long, 2 foot deep window. That's what I want in the front, but if it don't happen, it don't happen. I ain't too concerned about that. But then I'm going to have it all rendered, new tops rendered. The pagoda's got to be acro propped up, so as I can get these shitty bits off the bottom here, because I don't like them either. What I should have done was just put a pin in and drop the post straight on the pin, but there you go, that's something we'll do in the future. So it's major plans, like I've said all along for a few weeks, and that's pretty much what I'm looking at. It's ain't going to work overnight, but I'm hoping that this time next year it'll be done. The steps up the side, they'll be took out. I just want a slope, just a slope up there, but I've got to think about my drainage as well, which is under the steps. That shouldn't really interfere with them too much. That's the main drainage off the main pond. It's actually under these steps. It's some green pipe which has been under there, oh bloody hell, 20 years. You can just see it disappearing there, look. So it goes under the slabs, and then it runs down. The green pipe runs down the slabs all the way around, down there, and all the way down to the conservatory where there's a drain. So just from this point then, there's a wall going round here at a curve, yeah. Then there'll be 2 foot. Bloody trees in the road, knocking the tree about. Then there'll be 2 foot, so you're coming sort of to where that joint is, pretty much, and then we'll come straight across. Okay. This little square off here as well. That 2 foot then will be my bed. That's that side curved for the pond. This side straight. That'll be a raised bed. Only a brick or so high. It'll be about 2 foot deep with a bit of drainage. And then from that point then, back here, that can all be squared off over the back. And then that'll be the filter bay. So that's what we're looking at. So the skimmer will come straight in, and the return will go straight out. And then I'll have a drum, boyo and jack matting bay in there, and a 4-tier shower. So there you go. Davico is changing the lot again. Don't think I ever would, but I am. And just in an effort to minimise water volume, if you like, because even 4,000 gallon, yeah, it's a big pond, but it's big enough. It's a bit too big. It costs me a full packet of whatever I'm treating with every time. You know what I mean? When sometimes you can get 2 treatments out of a packet, but that ain't the point. I just fancy the change. It's never been a good pond as I've documented before. It's always, it's had its day. Don't get me wrong, it's been good. It's probably running better now, even though I've still got the bacterial issues, than it's ever run. And the reason being, hang on, it's because now that's just running on its own. Because, as you can see, the bead has gone. I'll put it on Facebook Marketplace, the bead. I took it off in the week, put it on Facebook Marketplace, and within an hour it had gone. So, yeah, everybody slates them, but it seems as though everybody wants them, because I had around about 9 or 10 people straight after it, and I just said, first come, first serve. And a chap turned up from Wolverhampton and he got it, and away he went with it, paid the price, job done. So the Nexus is now running on its own, running a dream as well. I mean, I'm only running at 55%, but it's more than enough. I've turned it down slightly, to be honest. And look at this, me and Skeggers was having a conversation earlier, and we was on about pressure pipe, but I don't use pressure pipe. But me and Dash Shelton was having a conversation. We had it before. I don't use pressure pipe, I just use waste. And as I said, it's been 20 odd years since a lot of this pipe was put in. But when I took the bead out, I found I only got a 2-inch straight connector. Let me zoom in. Boscher, have a look at that. Compression joint off the pump. So if there's any pressure at all, that's under pressure. That's been there all week. Not a drip, not a movement, nothing. We've had hot and cold weather. Here's the 20,000 pump. So it comes up through that 45. Through that 45 into that compression joint and out to the returns. You know what, you don't need this pressure pipe. I don't know where the whole philosophy of pressure pipe has come from, but if you can think about it, if you put anything underwater level, you're at an equal pressure as everything else. So why would you ever want pressure pipe? Don't need it, you really don't. I know a lot of folks use it, and a lot of folks will argue with me about it, but nah. Just give me a situation where water pipe, this stuff, right, this will take round about 2 bar of pressure. Your pump will never push that. Even a 30,000 will push 2 bar of pressure. So why would you need pressure pipe? I mean, pressure pipe's around about 6 or 7 bar, 8. I don't know, I've never used it, if I'm honest. I've got a piece, the only piece I've got is there, look. That's the cleaning pipe for the Nexus. It's the only piece I've got. So, no, I don't use it personally. I know people want to stay safe and want to spend extra money on pipe, but why? Why would you do that? Don't know. But there you go. That's me having a rattle any road and a moan, or well, it's not even a moan. It's just go get me head around, boy. So this is getting filled in, this pit. So here's the main drain. That'll all be took off. That'll be redundant. That'll be non-existent. All the pipe work will stay where it is. I'll just concrete over the lot. So yeah, I've asked people to do it. People don't want to do it. Well, so I'm getting the impression they don't want to do it. So you know what? I built the pond originally myself, and I'll build it again. Right then, I'm going to have a dosh round and I'll catch you in a bit. So I've rattled on long enough, in a minute. So what? There you go. Obviously, with the plans I've got to try and keep the best fish I've got. So I'm thinking, forget the spawning, put them in there. And what I'm probably going to have to do is I'm going to have to bodge a filter together. What's made me think about that is because I've got, well, because the bead's gone, that could have run on the outside of a pond on a pump, but I've got no filters. Once the Nexus is gone, so look what's behind there. Yeah, there the old water butts. I have got a spare one as well, so that might have to be accommodated. So I thought, well, I could run it through a little pressure filter I've got, run through one of them full of K1, run through the Jack Matting Bay. There you go. It's more than enough filtration there for 2 or 3 fish. Besides that, or I'll just stock the little pond up, but I don't want to be transferring anything. That's the only issue, because yeah, we have got problems in the big pond. I have had problems in the big pond, as we know, for 2 years. I know Skeg is having issues now, but I don't want to transfer anything, and that's why I'm saying they'll probably end up in the local nature reserve, in the pool there, give them a chance of living, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Because you look at them one day and they're sound, you look at them the next day and they've got an ulcer, or there's scales sticking out, and within days they've busted out. My big girl now, my big shower, her starting to point up a little bit, it's starting to bloat out. I don't know why, because there ain't a mark on it, not a mark, but it's bloating up. Yamabuki's got a mark now on its anal fin. Corwin, there's I mean, folks will say, you know, use Virkon, use Chlorine T, use PP. You wouldn't believe what's gone in that pond. There's Virkon in there now. Well, there's 9 tablets of Virkon gone in there yesterday. So that's overdosed on Virkon. So there's 9 tablets in there yesterday. That's on top of the treatment what they've got for flukes as well. But you won't believe what's gone in this pond, if I'm honest. But then, you know, I'm getting depressing now. I'm getting depressing. I shouldn't be getting depressing. These little buggers here are mating me out of house and home. I'm loving life in there, and I'm doing really well. Again, I'm at 0.4.6 of salt. That's your 0.4, which you'd normally work to. But the meter I've got reads 0.6 on the end as well. So it's 4.6, 0.4.6 of salt. That's what I'm at. That's with a meter. That ain't going on ounces per gallon. I'm trying to work it out off a graph. You don't do that. If you're going to use salt, use it properly and it'll work. Watch Tricky Storart's videos on salt, and he'll tell you that. Don't guess it because you'll bugger it up and you'll knock your fish. But the salt in there, I mean, I did the same in the big pond. That was a 0.5 I got that up to. Don't mess about with salt. Salt's a great tonic. It's a great, I wouldn't call it what's the word I'm after? I wouldn't call it a fix. It's just a tonic more than anything. Now I believe that my little uns, so hang on, bloody arms there. I believe that my little uns had sleeping sickness because I introduced the big fish with them, and they probably went rough. So I put them in a little vat, if you remember. It started to get better. Put them in there with some salt, mate. Banging them sound as a pound there. So salt's the main point of that salt, but I don't know a lot. It did calm it down. It did calm it down, but it's just kicked off again since I've diluted the salt out. So it's just one of them bacterial infections which I don't think I'm ever going to get over. Poor Reynolds should have probably had a fish by now, but no, yeah, it's one of them. Should have sent it. Should have done. I know I did. I've lost a lot of money. So hopefully the new build will put me back on the straight and narrow, and away we go. Be a bit more careful in the future. So right, there you go. There are a lot to update you on. Things are changing, so I've decided, instead of sort of trying to get by with what I've got and trying to get it right, bugger it, just rebuild it. It's cheap on every day. But so like I said, the graft I'll have to do myself. And then we'll just start again. So thanks for watching. Oh, and thanks for all the subscribers. Again, like I said on the last video, we're over 300 now, so big thumbs up to everybody for that. Big thumbs, even with the crutch on, look, big thumbs up. Thanks for all that, and all the new subscribers. I know the content's a little bit sparse at the moment, but give me a couple of 3 weeks and we'll get back on track, and you'll see things happening then. But as I say, if there's any slab layers out there who I'm looking for a job, who live around by me anywhere, who could give me some quotes, I've already got somebody to do the rendering. The tops I should put on myself, which will have to match the slabs, I suppose. I'm looking for some sort of grey slatey slabs. I think that'll look nice against the white render. So gives an heads up, gives a shout. There might be a job here for you. If anybody fancies laying some blocks, give me a shout, 'cause I don't fancy doing it. But we'll see how it goes anyhow. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry about the content's a bit slack again, but it is Jubilee weekend and I was out last night, so I don't feel like doing a lot today. I don't feel like it last week either. I don't know what's the matter with me, I'm getting old. But we're all sound as a band. Thanks very much. Catch you later.